Hi, my name is Dariana Gonzalez, and for my interpersonal communication speech, I'm going to be talking about why it is not a good idea to have a relationship with a coworker in the workplace. For my visual aid, I chose a picture of two people who should be working, and as you can see, they are, but are holding hands basically behind closed doors, and that is very much frowned upon in the workplaces. Two main reasons of why you shouldn't consider having a relationship with a coworker is one, if it doesn't work out, it will lead to some extreme awkwardness, and two, you could also face legal consequences and have legal actions put against you. So, to begin with, 22% of people say that they are open to having romantic relationships with coworkers in the workplace. And although 22% doesn't seem like a lot, it actually is, regarding the fact that at work you're not supposed to have a relationship with a coworker, especially if you sign a policy saying that you wouldn't. At first, it may seem nice, being that cute couple at work that everyone talks about and how everybody just is rooting for you guys and you guys seem so perfect at work, but then it's like you really don't know that person. And when you get off of work, you try and then it doesn't work out because they're one way at work and then one way out of work. So if you guys break up, that leads to some serious awkwardness. That leads to people getting in your business about, oh, are you guys still together? Are you guys not together? It breaks a lot of your privacy because now your relationship is put out to everybody. You have to stay cordial to your coworker because you guys aren't together anymore. So if it ended on really bad terms, now you guys have to pretend like everything is okay and you guys are good, and that's really awkward, and that's not the way to go. Researchers say that you should really get to know the person outside of work first before considering getting together with them just because you work together. And that's a really good study because people act one way one place and one way at another place. So it's a really good idea to kind of just stay away from having a relationship in the workplace because ultimately it just gets awkward, and if it really does come down to it, it can cause an abundance of stress, and ultimately it could mean you quit your job because you just don't feel this way about this person anymore and you just don't want to stay at work because of this one person. So that's one reason of why it's not a good thing to do and to stay away from. The big main reason is the possibility of having sexual harassment charges put against you, or consensual relationship agreements could be broken. When you work, majority of workplaces will have you sign an agreement that you won't engage or have any type of sexual relationship with a coworker in the workplace. And if you break that, that's a really big deal. And especially if you think at one point you're getting with a coworker and things are working out great, but then they aren't feeling that same way about you, they could pull the card of, oh, well, I didn't give that person consent. He did that all on his own, she did that all on their own, and you could be faced with sexual harassment charges, which is definitely not a good thing. Not only will you lose your job, you will be facing legal action, and that's definitely one thing you just don't want to do. That's why you don't want to get with somebody in the workplace. The two main reasons, again, it's just the amount of stress and the consequences that ultimately come with getting somebody in the workplace. There are many different ways to find your forever partner, your romantic partner, but just ultimately don't consider trying to find your lover in the workplace because, again, it will stress you out, it will cause legal problems, and ultimately it's just not a good idea. So this concludes my speech.